Welcome to DTV. We're at the second day of the NAB AFL Draft Combine, and I'm joined by National Recruiting Manager Jason Taylor. And Jason, thanks for joining us. It's a windy second day at the Draft Combine.
It certainly is windy, mate. It's been a blustery few days in Melbourne, hasn't it? And but anyway, the conditions are a little bit undercover. The roof's kind of half closed, but not fully closed. But I'm sure it won't hold the athletes back too much.
What are you looking forward to from this year's Combine?
Oh, look, I think you go into everything just trying to get bits and pieces out of it. I suppose the main facet of the Combine is to be able to get players in front of coaching staff and that you're unable to do once the season's in swing. So we do some interviews earlier in the year and middle of the year and just in general throughout the year, but also you like to have some follow-up points and talk to players, and so that's always a huge benefit to be able to get certain players in front of the coaching staff. The other side to it is whilst testing's very important, it's not the be-all and end-all, but for certain athletes who are trying to get better results in endurance and their speed, and they set themselves goals, it's always interesting to see how they attack that and how they perform. It's more about intent rather than result.
There's always a few standouts each year. Who are you expecting to be among the ones to watch out for this year?
Yeah, I suppose there's the obvious ones they speak of at the top, and Tom Boyd, although he will fit into the category, he won't be doing a lot of testing, I don't think, at all. And a lot of boys, after a long, arduous year, that they don't test, whether it be injury or slight operations they've had at the end of the year in preparation for what comes next. But the one that probably stands out, and he showed that last year for endurance, was Josh Kelly. Run sub 10 last year for the 3K, and I suppose everyone will be looking to see how he goes and backs up with that.
It's a really busy time of the year for the recruiters. Of course, you've got free agency and the trade period about to kick in. How are you going to be attacking that this year?
Oh, look, we just attack it with the best interests of the footy club, clearly, and that means just getting the right balance that we think can enhance the list. And if that means that we think that we can get the balance in our favour through trading or holding on to picks and going to the national draft, that'll be decided through our list management discussions and what comes of those.
Pick number 2 has been talked about a little bit, about what the D's might do, and of course midfielders have been one area that the club's looking to top up with. How do you think that'll sort of play out over the next few weeks?
Yeah, it's a little bit like the last answer, I reckon. If as it's been stated from the club, that we'll entertain anything with our draft picks, and if we feel that it's in favour of the club and fits the list dynamic, then a trade might be our option. But if that's not the case, then we'll certainly go to the national draft and pick the best available player.
It's a fascinating time in the industry, of course, with yesterday's news about Lance Franklin. How do you expect it to sort of play out this year's sort of activity now, given that it's the second year of free agency?
Well, I think each year things like what happened yesterday with Buddy and make people think a little bit differently, attack it a little bit harder. There's always a bit of a wave of emotion when things like that happen. But full credit to Sydney, and if that goes ahead and got on the front foot and made that happen, we'll just worry about what we've got to do. But yeah, look, I'm not sure that it'll change things dramatically, but I expect it to be fairly active.
It's your first year, of course, in the top job at Melbourne, Jason, and how have you found the whole process so far? I know it's going to be a lot busier in the coming weeks, but how have you found it all?
Yeah, no, really, as I spoke to you, I suppose, early year, mid-year, even more so, and I've loved every minute of it, and got a really good team to work with. It's a great job. I'm very passionate about it. It's exciting, it's dynamic, and quiche on your toes. So in answer to the question, I love it, and look forward to, what's ahead come November, and see how we go, and, hopefully we come out with some good players that we can add to the list through either trade or draft.
All right, mate. Well, great chatting. Best of luck for the rest of this week, and we'll look forward to our free agency and trade period.
No worries. Thanks, mate. Cheers. Thanks.